Welcome, everybody. This is the Seven Bullets team presenting to you our Adrift, our full release build for everybody to enjoy. And I hope you guys enjoy the demonstration. And without further ado, let's just get straight into it, all right? So first we have our awesome boot logo. Plays up our little retro sound, as that's the vibe we were going for. And you're presented with this menu. And you will have the credits option where you can see everything that our members contributed to the game and their roles, along with an audio slider so you can play around with the audio to get it just right. And now let's get straight into the gameplay here. So what this game is basically about is a player, your character, named Ghost. He gets taken into the dream world. And once he's in the dream world, he's faced with 3 levels. These levels are representing his emotions. So you have the first level, which is joy, the second level, which is sorrow, and the third level, which is anger. So you have to defeat these 3 levels representing those emotions to finally get out of the dreamscape. Now, you also have multiple mechanics that you'll be introduced to, and these mechanics represent the emotions as well. So you'll have joy, and you'll have anger, and you'll have sorrow. So you can swap between 3 different styles of combat and movement sets that you can utilize to go through all of our levels. And Joy basically jumps really high and he has long range attacks because he shoots projectiles. Then you have Anger. He moves a lot faster, but he doesn't jump as high, but it does allow you to jump further distances if you need to. And he has a more aggressive play style, so he has melee. And he has one special ability to entice you to use him just a little bit more, and that is Lifesteal. So if you're running low on health and there's no health packs available, you can use him to take some life from an enemy and heal him, and you can get back straight in and not have to worry. And then you have Sorrow. Sorrow is all about defense. He's sadness. He's always got his guard up. So he represents that, which is why he has a shield. So you have 3 versions of yourself that you have to utilize and practice and get very good at swapping between them to utilize every one of their abilities and combat styles to get through all of the levels. And the better you are, the faster you'll get through these levels. And we also have a timer on these levels as well, so you can practice and see how fast you can get through the level, how long it's taking you, and so forth like that. And it's basically going to be a game for speedrunners. So speedrunners, listen up, guys. This is a game for you. There is going to be a lot of movement, combat, and a lot of learning how to swap between the mechanics to traverse the level as quick as possible. And you can try and see how fast or quick you can beat the levels. And each level will have 1 new puzzle and 1 new enemy introduced as you go through the levels. Now, each level will always have doors to open, but the doors take different things to open those doors. So level 1 has keys, level 2 has you have to break the doors, and level 3 will have a pressure plate system that you have to use to open doors. So it allows you to keep the gameplay fresh, so you're not getting bored of having the same way to open doors constantly, and giving the freedom to cycle between 3 mechanics gives you a lot more freedom to play the game how you wish. You will also have 3 bosses that you have to fight, as I said earlier, and they will increase in difficulty. So level 1 will have 1 boss, level 2 another, and you will face them at the end of each level. And they will all have different mechanics, different level designs on how you have to navigate. And they have an open-styled arena look where the camera is zoomed out. It looks very nice. Now for our art style, we decided to go with pixelated mixed with 3D. And I think it turned out really well thanks to our team. They did a phenomenal job. The backgrounds look great. Nice, highly detailed backgrounds with pixelated tiles and a 3D character with 3D enemies. We thought that it would be a unique attempt to try something new. And I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. I think it's great. It's definitely a unique taste for sure, but I think it did our game justice, I would say. Now, the last thing I want to get into quickly is the obstacles. Each level, as you have noticed so far as we went through this, is each level has their own obstacles. So for the first level, it was the platforms. And now once you're done with those platforms, you'll notice in level 2, you've also got those platforms, but now you had the spike traps. And when you finally get into level 3, now you have the platforms, but you also have to worry about the environmental hazards for this level. You're in a volcano area, so you will be avoiding a lot of lava droplets, lava spouts coming out of the lava, and while you're trying to solve the new door final puzzle, as well as fighting every single enemy that the game has introduced you to, plus one extra, which we call the charger enemy. Now, you won't see very much of him in this because we are doing a speed run of this game, but he will basically charge at you and deal really big damage, as you can see right there, but we're going to avoid him. He does a lot of damage and he has a lot of health, and the good thing about him is you can have a little bit of entertainment, try and dodge him, and when you dodge, he might go into a lava pit and die. You can have a little bit of fun with the environment in level 3. Level 3 is definitely the powerhouse of the game. You finally get all of the hazards, all of the enemies, some really heavy rock music. It becomes a lot of fun, and level 3 is definitely my personal favorite. But from everybody in the team, they all have their personal favorites. Some are a fan of level 1 the most, level 2. It really all depends on personal taste. And I think overall, our game came to a very solid standpoint here. And it's something that I'm very, very proud of, and our entire team did an amazing job. Now, when you finally beat the ending boss, you're going to get some still image cutscenes going on here, and that's basically just going to guide you through that final end, telling you what's going on, what's happening after you beat this boss, and how you're getting out of here, how you're going to wake up. And when you finally do wake up, you're kind of left with the idea, is this a dream? Is this not a dream? And that's something for you to interpret on your own. You can choose to think, hey, maybe this wasn't a dream, maybe it was. And you'll have those little pieces of lore throughout the game trying to teach you about what's going on. And it's really left to the player yourselves to decide or figure out what you think is going on, what's really happening to Ghost. And I think that's a great little addition to the game, adding that little bit of question to what is going on and where you are. And yeah, I'm really happy with our little story we tacked on for this game, but we will show you one more special thing that we added to this game, just in case you really, really like this game and you want a little bit extra, or if you're really struggling to get, the gist of the combat and you're not doing too great, we did add an arena mode. It gives you the ability to practice, get good with your combat, and also it gives you a little bit more competition on seeing, hey, am I really good at this? How long can I survive fighting every enemy? So as you can see here, we're going through this arena mode. You have a timer, and now the timer is the opposite. The timer is not about how quickly you can beat the level. Now it's about how long you can last. How good are your skills for our game? How good are you at swapping? How good are you at surviving? And it's a very good way to kind of just test how good you've gotten at the game, especially for those who have really liked what we've done. This gives you a little bit of extra stuff to do. And if it's not just about the extra stuff, maybe you're not doing so well and you need a little bit of practice on the enemies. This is a good little training area as well. But yeah, anyway, that is the presentation for Aura Drift. I really appreciate you guys sticking through it, if you've been sticking through it. And you may go and get our game on itch.io. It's available on itch.io, and hopefully we will have it on Steam at some point. So yeah, this is Aura Drift by the 7 Bullets team, and I hope to see you guys in our next video. Thank you.